Hi everyone, welcome back again. Last video we were discussing about the basic introduction about HR analytics. So this video we will be more focusing on the basic concept of HR analytics. So let us take through this. HR analytics basically, before talking about the HR analytics, I just wanted to give, in generally, how do we define analytics is about. Analytics is about the use of analysis, data, and systematic reasoning to make decisions. If I just add a HR component to this phrase, which was given by Davenport, it goes like this: analysis, data, and systematic reasoning concerned to people who are related to the organization. So, anything which is related to people, if you do analysis, if you make a data collection, and if you have a systematic reasoning for that, and you remember when you are doing all these things about the people, that has to be in relation to the organization and its business outcome. Then only it amounts to HR analytics. This is the idea which was given by Davenport. And few other people have explained HR analytics in this way: rigorously tracking HR investment and outcomes. Here, main focus is on the input and the output. Okay, so you are making an HR investments on people, and how this is going to impact on the outcomes of your organization. And some people have given a definition on a statistical technique and experimental approaches can be used to tease out the causal relationship. So this was more on a statistical angle. And the FIDS has given a good definition, which was earlier also we discussed about this. First, a mental framework. So, what I'm going to do with this and how it is going to be impacting the organization. So, is that important? So, what really the issues are around? What is my problem statement? So, all these are all what, and this is a mental framework that we develop. And then you will laid out, okay, this is what the issue is, this is what the problem is. So, how do I solve this? For that, you will be having a logical progression. So, this comes after this comes after this, the steps which are involved. So, this is the first portion of your analytics. And the second thing is, as these statements are ready, once this framework is ready, the second part is the analytics, that is the statistical operational part, where you'll be more on data, putting data into different tools, extracting the results, and then talking about some of the analysis. So that is what you are going to do with HR analytics. So in general, we will be focusing more on like HR analytics is a systematic identification, quantification of people drivers of business outcomes with the purpose of making better decisions. If you look at this, there are three components which are there in this. The first one is the systematic identification and quantification of what? Of people drivers. It's not just the people drivers, the people drivers of business. Say you do recruitment, you are not just doing recruitment because of new hires. The new hires will add value, share the workload. Because of that only your revenues will get increased. So that driver is related to some business outcome. And why do you do all this? For the purpose of making better decision. Okay. So this is what the HR analytics can be defined as. Now, there are few terms which you will be coming across with various platforms. Even the lot of courses are offered under these heads. Is HR analytics, workforce analytics, and people analytics are same? Of course, they are not. Now here I'll just brief you on this. HR analytics is more of HR departmental issue. That means anything which HR functions to do with analysis, that comes under HR analytics. Say you are doing some analysis on your recruitment, on your training and development, on your attrition which is happening, on your appraisal, on your compliances, on your safety aspects, the happiness index you wanted to find, because being in HR you are responsible for that. So there all comes under the HR analytics. Workforce analytics, basically it comes under the line managers. That means the line manager who is taking care of some people under him, if he uses any analytics which is associated with his workforce, that becomes a workforce analytics. People analytics, by and large, it is a neutral term. Any data or any identification of pattern, the identification of variables, the identification of the problems associated with, by and large, about the people, will be under the people analytics. Okay, I hope you are all aware about this, the evolution which the HR has undergone. Basically, we started with a labor management angle. Mainly, we were focusing on labor relationships, and slowly it has become employee relations. So you will be starting. You have started the new role of employee relations, and then it becomes a personal management, and then you started treating human as a resource. That's where the human resource management came in picture. Now we were more focusing on organizational effectiveness. So this is the evolution that has happened, which is associated with HR. So mainly we were focusing earlier on safety and workers' compensation, benefits, compliance, the relationship with the labor unions. It was more of an administrative angle. Okay. Then you started thinking, okay, we need to streamline their salaries and other things. That's where your compensation management came in. And the people started thinking they become stagnant, they are not upskilled to the level where the recent challenges of your work expects. So that's where your training and development came into picture. And it was not just the recruitment and selection, it is more of staffing which has come into picture. And the HR department started adopting technology. That's where your HRIS, that is Human Resource Information System, came in. So at the later part of the HR evolution, where HR started, HR department was started treating as an HR. They have started treating as in business partners. So HR were more responsible as an business partner rather than just an administrative function. And of course, the organizational designs were being a part of HR, where you will be more interested in developing a conducive environment for people to work for. And of course, the later part, I think currently the HR is treated as a strategic partner that become you are a part of strategic making team. And of course, the one of the most favorite thing which has come later, HR is no more just a manager; he is a change agent who brings a change inside the organization. So this is how it has evolved. If I put this into these phases, from personal to operational to talent management, now we are at a strategic phase where our participation in making the strategy is very important. That's what the realization happened with HR. This is how it has started, and later, if you look at the measurement journey that we had, it was more of we started from descriptive to diagnostic to predictive to prescriptive. So we were earlier more focusing on the descriptive part of it. That means the existing data was described and presented. And later part, it was more on a diagnostic. That means people started identifying the different variables and how they are related, started identifying the reasons behind these issues. Okay. And the third phase where we started identifying or we started predicting what is going to come based on our previous data or with the surveys. Okay. And the fourth phase is more of developing a model, developing a prescriptive model so that people can refer your model when they are making a decision. And if I put this into a comparison, this I'll come to on the later stage, different phases which has happened. That is, your personal data is personal department is will be using more of a descriptive analysis, and it is more of organize and display of your data. Okay. And your operational HR is more of diagnostic and relating a few things. Okay. And of course, the integrated talent management is more of predictive and the model development, and that is what the phase is. And of course, the later part is the phase 4, where there is an high impact HR, that is the strategic HR, is more into prescriptive model development as well as evaluating the data or evaluating the model in terms of its validity and in terms of its utility. So this is what the comparison of your evolution, the measurement and the analytics. Okay. This is how this goes. There are different levels which are associated. I'll just make it little brief because the same content we are going to discuss in the third or fourth module. Organized level, where you organize the data, gathering of data and then putting the data in some systematic manner, is what the organizing is what you are going to do with the organized level. Then presenting it in a different way, in the way in which your managers are in need or your management are in need, that's the display part. Relate is more of connecting both your external and internal forces which are affecting the business, is what we are going to do with relate. And the model development is more of where you started connecting the people, policies and processes and performances, and then develop a model which gives which can be assessed in terms of its validity and utility. So that's the last level which we will be talking about. So these are the different levels which are there in data analysis. Okay. So I'll just come back to this model, this picture again in the later part of our syllabus. Okay. Sure. I think we are done with the second portion of our first unit. I'll be coming back again the third portion of our first unit. Thank you.